and sisters, salam alaikum. I will now also say a few words in English language. My name is Pröbsting. I'm the International Secretary of the RCIT. Today, we are here in the center of Vienna to show our ongoing, never-ending solidarity with the Egypt people. Today is the 10th anniversary of the great uprising of the Egypt people. At that time, the Egypt people went on the street, demonstrated, marched, clashed with the police to show their determination that they want an end, that they want to finish off the dictatorship of Mubarak. Many of you might know, Egypt has been ruled for years and years, for decades, by one dictatorship after the other. Mubarak himself was in power for many, many years. On the surface, it appeared that the Egypt people were more or less ready to accept this dictatorship, but in fact, below the surface, anger was accumulating. And at one point, when the Tunisian people gave an inspiration, when they overthrew their dictator Ben Ali in January 2011, when this inspiration, when this spark sprang over to Egypt, the Egypt people also went on the streets and they brought down the dictator Mubarak. This was 10 years ago. This was a great festival of freedom. But unfortunately, the revolution was betrayed, or better say, it was bloody crushed by the military coup of General Sisi on the 3rd of July 2013. On that day, the military again took power. And in the days and the weeks which followed, this new dictatorship of General Sisi carried out one massacre after the other. On the 14th of August 2013, on a single day, the army killed more than 2,600 people. Snipers, tanks, they crushed bloodily all forms of resistance. And since then, General Sisi has been able to stay in power. He has been able to stay in power not because he has popular support, no. He has been able to stay in power because he does not shy away to use the most brutal, the most vicious form of suppression. More than 60,000 people are in prison. Repeatedly, people are dying. However, General Sisi, despite all this repression, would not be able to stay in power without the financial, the economic, the political, the diplomatic, the military support which he receives from Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, but also from the great powers, the United States, Russia, and, let us not forget this, also by the European Union. As a matter of fact, the European governments, including the Austrian government of Kurz, they are supporting General Sisi, they are supporting this military dictatorship because General Sisi helps them to gain access to the oil reserves in the Middle East, to keep the control over the Suez Channel. General Sisi helps them in order to hunt down and stop migrants, refugees coming to Europe. This is why General Sisi is a useful instrument, a useful lackey, one has to say, a useful lackey of the European imperialist governments. We do not know exactly when the Egypt people again will succeed to bring down the military dictatorship, but we know it will happen. We know it will happen because we see already in the last 1-2 years that again the people in the Arab world are rising up in Algeria, in Sudan, in Iraq, in Syria, the ongoing liberation struggle. People are not accepting dictatorships. And also around the world, by the way, let's see the United States, how this extremely reactionary bigot called Trump has fallen down. And let's see what happened yesterday on the streets in 100 cities in Russia, where the people are going on the streets and demonstrating against the brutal Putin regime. No, Freedom cannot be liquidated. The people are continuing their resistance. And the Egypt people, one day or the other, will also rise up and bring down the bloody dictatorship of General Sisi. We are here to show our support, to show our solidarity with the Egypt people and their liberation struggle against the military dictatorship. We are here to show our protest against the ongoing support of the European governments for this military dictatorship. One day, the Egypt people will be free again. Long live international solidarity. Thank you. Shukran.